Are you ready to embrace the best years of your life? Well, welcome to Boomers and Beyond, the podcast that celebrates the 55 plus community and everything this exciting chapter has to offer. Everyone, I'm your host, Antionette Blake, better known as the DE Diva, and every week I'll dive into topics that matters to us the most. From health and wellness, travel, family dynamics, finances, family, friends. We're going to explore them all. Going to have some good advice, but I'm going to ask for yours as well, because there'll be lively topics about aging vibrantly, building strong relationships, and guess what? Making the most of retirement. So go grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea, even wine or juice, and settle in with me as we navigate this exciting world of boomers and beyond. And don't forget, subscribe to the show and leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And share it with your family, your friends, your bae, and your boo too, because this conversation is all about you and me. So let's get started with Boomers and Beyond. Hello, and welcome back to the show. This is your host, Antionette Blake, and the podcast is Boomers and Beyond. I'm so glad that you're back with me. I had to take a short break because I actually did a break. I broke my shoulder. Yep, in that ice 2 weeks ago. Remember that terrible ice we got here in Delaware? Well, I went out with my family and we were shoveling, and guess what? I fell hard and I broke my shoulder. So thankfully, everything is healing up and I'm ready to go again. So today's episode is episode number 63. And we're going to be talking about winterizing your pantry. Yes, having a peace of mind for the long haul. I am so excited to be back on the mic. Now, we still have quite a few weeks of winter ahead of us. And if you're like me, here in Smyrna, Delaware, the Delaware weather can go up and down. One day it's 40 degrees and next day it's 0 degrees. And the snow falls, or when they say it's going to be a snowstorm, everyone rushes to the store to get that bread and milk. But today I want to talk about moving beyond that emergency run and building a winterized pantry that gives you a true peace of mind all season long. And I had a conversation with my aunt today. She's 92. She lives in nourished, and she is just so active. And she was telling me today that she was glad that she bought beans. And that's one thing that we should all have in our pantry, beans. We're going to start with the ready for anything staples. Now, when you're in your 55 plus stage of life, ease and nutrition are the names of the game. You want foods that are shelf stable, but it doesn't sacrifice your health. And when I said beans, that's right. I'm talking about proteins. Think beyond your freezer. We can have canned tuna, canned salmon, and chicken. Those are excellent for a quick salad or on crackers. But beans, don't sleep on your beans. Black beans, pinto beans, black-eyed beans, navy beans, soup beans. You should have packs of beans in your pantry. And they're great. They're rich in fiber and they're perfect if you want to make a winter soup with or without meat. And if you don't like them dry, they do have canned beans. Chickpeas and black beans are also great, rich in fiber beans. And they're perfect for, all season long. With those beans, you might want to think about adding some grains. Brown rice, quinoa, yes, those are great. Oatmeal is also a good grain to have on hand because oatmeal isn't just for breakfast anymore. You can have oatmeal any time of the day. It's perfect. You can have quick oats or you can have those steel oats. They're just great to have in your pantry. And along with those beans and along with those grains and the rice, you want to stock up on some low sodium broths, even spices like ginger, cinnamon, and turmeric. They don't just make your, kitchen smell absolutely amazing when you're using them. They have great anti-inflammatory properties too. And I need that, especially with this broken shoulder. Now, here's a strategy that I use. And you remember a couple of weeks ago, if you're following me on TikTok or Instagram, you see that we got a new air fryer. We went from the metal one, which is giving off too many toxins, to a glass one my husband bought. I love, love, love it. And the strategies that I use, especially when I go to Redner's, is they have the pick 5 for 25 deals. And I got a couple of boxes of the handy hot honey shrimp. Oh my gosh, they were absolutely positively delicious and perfect for the air fryer. So you can stock up your freezer with these dishes as well. Easy breezy proteins that don't break the bank. And one day when your driveway is covered in snow and you don't feel like standing over a hot stove for an hour, having something that you can just pop into the air fryer for a few minutes is a total game changer. Because remember, it's about working smarter, not harder in the kitchen. Now, let me tell you a little bit about winter safety. Look, me, the one that fell down and broke her shoulder, right? Well, winter safety and accessibility. I want you to make sure that when you're looking into your pantry, and this is beyond the food, I want you to make sure you keep the most used items between your waist and shoulder height. We don't want to be using step stools, bending too low, too high, all that, because it's not healthy, not ourselves at all. So keep the most used items waist length, waist height, I should say, or shoulder height. Another thing I want you to remember to do, and I'm bad at this, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, hydration. We often forget to drink water when it's cold, but herbal teas or even coconut water you can warm up. Keep that in your pantry because it will keep your hydration levels up. So yes, don't give up the cold water. Don't give up, the coconut water. Have that and herbal tea. There's so many teas on the market, and I'm pretty sure you'll find one that you absolutely positively love. And I'm not sure about, your house or your apartment or your condo. Make sure that your storage area is well lit because you want to make sure you can see in, and find what you need, those canned beans. You can get a simple battery operated or motion light that comes on when you open up the door or when you push back the curtain. So you want to be safe this winter. There's so much going on in today's world, and we cannot get around like we used to, and especially if you did what I did, break your shoulder. But my pantry is full, my freezer is full. So, winter, we still got some more weeks to go. Yes, yes, yes. But it's also a good time to slow down. Try a new recipe. Enjoy the comfort of your home. So this week, I want you to take a look at your shelves and what's one thing that I mentioned here that you can add to your peace of mind list? And I'm going to actually leave a full checklist of my winter pantry favorites over on my blog, delblogger.com. So head over there and make sure that you're following me on Instagram and TikTok so you can see what I'm cooking up next. I actually did some chicken legs and lemon in the crock pot. Oh, yes. Until the next time, stay warm, stay safe, and remember, we aren't just getting older, we're getting better. And I'm going to be here on Boomers and Beyond as your host, Antionette Blake. See ya. It's the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger. I want to thank you all for tuning in today's episode of Boomers and Beyond. I hope you enjoyed the show. And don't forget, subscribe and leave a comment and share it with your friends. You can find me on all my social media platforms. And you know what? This podcast is on Apple and Spotify and Google and iHeart. They're all out there. Just ask for Boomers and Beyond. And if you have a question or a topic suggestion, send an email to me at ablake48@gmail.com. And if there's a topic that you want me to explore on this show, make sure you leave that as well. I'm also actively seeking sponsors who cater to the amazing 55 plus community. So if you have a business or a service that aligns with my listeners' interests, I'd love to hear from you. Send me an email. You know how to do that, ablake48@gmail.com. Don't forget, join us next Saturday for another exciting episode packed with information and inspiration for living your best life after 55. Boomers and Beyond is hosted by Buzzsprout, and the music is by Mass O Beats from freetouse.com. See ya, it's the DE Diva.